All right. So, guys, again, thank you for joining the today's webinar. So let's get a brief overview of what should be done during the week number 2. Uh, you're supposed to pass the following modules. They are the HTML basics and Git. Along with the study modules, you are supposed to pass the related tests. Guys, just to remind you that even if in the RS app, the deadline for the test is set to the 1st of the March, please try to complete all the yeah, the 1st of the May. Even the deadline is set the 1 month forward. Please try to complete all the tasks within the modules that you are passing during the current week, because now it's looks pretty simple to pass the test, to complete some tasks, but in the next couple of weeks, the task will be complex, and you have to pay special attention to it, to spend much more time to complete the assignments. So that's why please complete all the tests within the current weeks, because most probably you will not have enough time to complete your dApps from the previous weeks. All right, this is for the week number 2 is over. So we are starting with the week number 3. So there are the new modules that should be passed along with CSS basics and the Markdown. As like I mentioned during our previous session, on the week number 3, you'll be given the task CV Markdown. I don't know, maybe you are already familiar with the task requirements, but actually this task is about getting familiar with with GitHub workflow, how to create a commit or pull requests, and as the source of the code that will be pushed to your GitHub repositories is your CV. I remember the questions related to the what kind of information we can specify to the following CV. Are we allowed to put any random information if you seem it's too confidential for others? Well, to my mind, if you complete the CV with your real data, it could be useful for your future mentors to get more knowledge about you. Let's say it's my personal recommendation if you use your real data. But if you don't do so, if you don't want to do so, well, that's not a problem. So please read carefully all the task repository requirements. So pay special attention to the technical requirements, what the name should be given to the public repository, what branches should be used. So pay attention to the minimum amount of commits, because this task will be checked automatically by the unit tests. And in case if you receive, let's say, 0 or half of total amounts for the task, most probably one of the criteria doesn't match according to task requirements. And also pay attention that even the tasks are checked by the auto tests. So don't forget that the task is also checked by the coordinators. So that's why we strictly don't recommend you to copy a solution of other students. Well, because we don't tolerate cheating on our course, because all of you come to the course to receive the knowledge and not to race with the rest of the students for the high score. That's very important. If you think of, well, if I receive the higher score, then that will increase my chances to be invited to the internship or to receive an offer. Well, let's say that's partially true, but not exactly. Well, I will share the real experience. I was also studied at the Ironic Scope School, and I wasn't at the first place on the table score. I was in about 74s or something like that. I not quite remember, but the main idea is that the score is not the main criteria of your successful completion of the course. So please pay attention only to your results and what the knowledge you will gain at the end of the course.
And let me add one important trick. And the CV task inform when I open your CV and see kind of here will be some information about me, and that's all. It's also kind of cheating. It's not a CV, it's just one phrase. And you should know that we are able to change your mark in case you got 100 points, but your task is kind of cheating. We decrease this point. So let's think about it. Sir Pavel.
All right. So, so when you will start completing the following tasks, so please pay special attention to each task requirement. I suppose it's clear. And still, if you are looking for going further, if you already completed the week number 3, by any means, you can start with the week number 4 and go forward. So at the week number 4, we plan the following modules and the continuation of the CV task by using the HTML and CSS. Also, there are task requirements listed here. And as for the following part of the task, this one will be checked by both auto tests and the cross-check. So I would like to get a brief description of what the cross-check is. First of all, we have the proper page of our documentation, which describes the process of the cross-check. But in a few words, in very brief, I would say that the cross-check is the flow where you check the work of the other students. So when you submit your task for the cross-check, you will receive a couple of the works of the tasks that were completed by the other students. And when checking, you are opening the task description and check the task of other students by verifying each task criteria. And then you will submit your the final score for the given task implementation. And let's say if your task has been checked by 4 students, so the final score will be like the average scores of 4 checkers. All right. So this is about the week number 4. Okay. So are there any new questions on the table? Because previously we've checked the form I would like to just remind you that if you have some questions, let's say that if your question requires like 1 or 2 sentences to answer, it's related to the course processes. It's better idea to ask it on the Discord because this task requires a minimum amount of time and it doesn't it doesn't require to spend together all of you to review this question. At the same time, if your question requires special attention and it requires, let's say, a great amount of time to review it, or maybe you want to show others how to do so. For example, I have a question on how can I apply a custom fonts on my HTML markup. If it doesn't clear for everyone, then we will demonstrate and present on how can you achieve these results. So just I want to propose you to use the following form for your questions in case if it requires presenting or expanding your expanded answer. All right. So do we have new questions in the table?
No, all questions are answered. Exclude only one. What is your name? But I don't know to whom this question was, so I prefer to skip it.
By the way, if you still don't know, my name is Pavel, so nice to meet you.
I'm Anna, and we have Andrei is also our coordinator.
I hope we answered your question. Okay, so in this case, well, let's wait for your questions. I see the raised hand. State, please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. I have actually 2 questions. You said that Crosscheck makes an assessment of other students' work, and it's 4 students, 4 assessment, and you calculate the average. But in documentation, it was given that you subtract the lowest score. Is this true? You subtract the lowest score and then recalculate the average.
Yeah, I just bring you the information just for you to have an understanding what the Crosscheck is. So if you want to get into the details, so please refer to the documentation.
The second question, please, about the CV markdown task. We have to make minimum 3 comments, but if you already collected the information for CV, like picture, name, contact info, you can actually make. Why do you need 3 comments? For what? I understand it's a requirement, but what must be the content of comment? If you understand me.
It does
update of the information.
Well, it doesn't matter what the content will be in these 3 comments.
Maybe update information or add information.
It's up to you, but you should meet this requirement to make 3 commits. Well, that's like a task to show how to work with the Git flow. So that's why the requirement is here. It doesn't matter what content actually it will contain. So it's everything up to you.
Thank you so much for your answers.
All right. Anything else to ask our team?
Seems everything is clear.
Well, I hope so. Okay. So if there are no questions, we can wrap up our today's webinar. And in case of still any, please ask us in the Discord server. All right. Thank you for you to join us, for your attention, and have a good day.
Yeah. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Thank you.